Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to NonyasisChat. We are here on a Monday evening. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. And thank you for coming in tonight. I was sitting here listening to Ms. B and I from this morning, and she made the comment. I don't know if you all heard it. This morning we were talking about all the people mentioning, the cooking. Ms. B said they're bots, and we were chatting, and Ms. B said, I don't know what they're talking about. Bots don't eat. And I just fell out laughing. It was so hilarious. But we had a good tea this morning. It was really good. We both have our spirits back up. And when I tell you it was a challenge for us the last good 7 days or so, I couldn't even do Wind Down Friday. It was like Mrs. B said, Wayne snatched our souls out. It was hard. It was hard. Good evening, Eklund. How are you? Eklund says, good evening, Nonya and chat. And so does Vanessa. Vanessa says, good evening, family. And I said, good evening as well. I popped in and just put in a couple of comments. Marion, good evening, darling. How are you? Good evening, Nonya and chat. Juanita Crenshaw, how are you? I hope you guys had a good work day today. And Angela Atkinson says, good night, Buttercups. Welcome in, Buttercups. And like I should have reminded myself last week and Miss B, buckle up, Buttercups, because boy, it was tough dealing with Wayne and his shenanigans. He was a mess. And is Tina here yet? I did look up a term Tina gave me. It was communal spiritual narcissist. And she's equated that with Wayne. And I'll be doggone if it doesn't fit. Whether it's the real Wayne or not, I don't know. But it's right on point. So I have to let Tina know that I did look it up. And I've read about it. And I thought, that sounds like what the person that we're seeing in the skits anyway. They may have studied it or something. I'm not sure. And Ms. B and I both also mentioned maybe a week or two ago that maybe Dave is the opposite of Wayne in the respect that he's the good part versus Wayne, who's the bad part, the very, very, very bad part. Anyway, we just had some interesting conversations about this. Vanetta, good evening. Good evening. How are you, Vanetta? And everyone else is saying hello. And Vanetta says, I'm wondering if we'll get a skit on the house tonight. No, it'll be tomorrow. Because if you notice, they're giving us, you do notice, they are giving us Dave and Amber skits sporadically, like a little bit at a time. And I meant to go and follow Dave on Facebook, and I forgot. Make myself a note. So Dave has a Facebook page. So I'm going to go follow Dave. And I'm going to check and see if he's got a YouTube page. But I don't know his last name. Is it Young or is it, Thomas? I think there was a Dave Thomas that played for the Supersonics. But if anyone knows his last name, would you type it in the chat for me? Because I'm going to go follow Dave. So let's blow up the internet. How about that? Marion says Rone, Shade, Shardae, and Dee gave the funniest skits. I saw the one today. Shardae and Dee today, they were hilarious. Dee was telling Shardae she needs to have Rone's babies, right? The baby would automatically be a D1 athlete. You know what my comment was with my serious self? So what? D want her to be a baby mama? He wasn't even talking about marriage. He just wanted them to have a Division I baby. I'm like, boy, if he don't marry that girl before, she said, I want to get married before I have a baby. I don't want to be a baby mama. It was funny. And he was licking his grits bowl. They remind me of Tommy, Gina, and Martin. And that is, whether you like the old Shardae or not, they are hilarious together. They really are. Hi, Betty Bush. How are you? Good evening, everyone. Betty says, good evening. Natasha slapped Don into next week. She did? I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. I've been it's a lot going on. So I'll glance at Natasha and Terry and Libby and all that stuff once in a while. Libby is really kooky. She's just so entitled and crazy. It's really like annoying. Just like Charlotte calling Candace a slut because she had on a short skirt. What y'all drinking? What they drinking in the water down there? What on earth are they drinking in the water? Because, honey, you say that up here, these people going to slap you into next Tuesday. Some of them don't care. They will deck you. But I couldn't believe Charlotte, she's going to be worse than Bethany, I think. I do believe so. This light is in my eyes. I think Charlotte's going to be worse. And everyone's saying good morning, good morning. Sometimes you'll notice I will cut off some of the intros because if it's too long, it'll turn people off when they come to watch the video. So sometimes I'll cut a piece of it, not all of it, but I'll cut a piece of it off. Or if there's a glitch in the software, like it did I think Friday, whenever it was, and on the T, it gave me a whole chunk of blank tape. I don't know why. I didn't do anything different. Let's see. And hi, Takesha. How are you? Good to see you. It was cool Natasha slapped Don because it's overdue, but she should slap herself for still dealing with Jacoby. I mean, how they put Jacoby and Natasha together? Jacoby? Remember when he used to like Amber? I'd be sitting there frowning at the screen thinking, what are they trying to Jacoby? He is not it. In my opinion, I think it might be 2 skits with the house. One for Amber. Yeah, I think it'll be 2. One for Amber to view the tour, and one possibly to build up to Dave actually taking her to the house since he wanted the element of surprise. Well, I hope she tells him tonight about Wayne. But I have a feeling that's not going to happen anytime soon. They're going to drag it out like they did the DNA test. It's only been 3 years. What the heck more is 3 more years, right? So not going to worry about that part anymore. And Nature says, good evening, NonyasisChat family and those in the bushes. Hello, everybody in the bushes. I forgot about you. I'm sorry. Come on out. Come and get a drink or something. And Nature is saying good evening to you, people in the bushes. Take time to sip and savor its wind down. And, I watched some skits today, and I kept going back to Amber and Dave because they make me happy. And I did. I just kept going back over there. When I'd see something I didn't really like, I'd go look at Dave and Amber, and I'd smile. And I was so glad she decided to cook to shut people up, I guess. But we had a good conversation about that. About, the different age groups, whether you're married or not, the whole bit this morning, Miss B and I. I mean, people like Amber, she tried to cook for Anthony, but she's single. Now, basically, she might as well be single if he ever signs the papers. She would be. But, Delicia, that age group, and they're single, they don't need to cook. And so it was a whole thing about the cooking. We don't know where it came from. They just wanted something to bash about. And then most of the people already know Amber doesn't know how to cook. She knows how to bake extremely well. I think she probably prefers baking. I prefer to cook than bake. I don't like to bake. Only thing I like to bake is a peach cobbler because I'm good at it. I know how to make a peach cobbler. Otherwise, I kind of don't like to bake. I'd rather be there and have something to do, And then let's see. Nature says Mary and Natasha was going to let Don keep talking, but soon as she mentioned boyfriend, that that was one for her again. Sleeping with someone while she was with him, Kendrick. And that was Don is just as crazy as Zoe, if not worse. Angela, I definitely am, says Takesha. Takesha, good night. You're welcome. And then Nature. Nature says Mary and Don didn't see it coming. Oh, she just snuck a punch, huh? She just sucker punched her. She has to be careful with provoking Natasha. Natasha's on the edge right now dealing with all them crazy people. We, the people, need Don to get counseling. Hi, Kenyatta. Welcome in. Kenyatta, what did you think about the skits today? How'd you like the skits, Kenyatta? And hey, Kenyatta, what did you think about Shayla telling Denisha off? I don't know if you like Denisha or not. I can't stand Denisha, but because you don't move in another woman's house. But anyway, I was wondering today what you thought about it. Because Shayla's not going to shut up. She just got progressively worse. She is not scared. And Denisha, with her big bad self, loves to call Anthony and whine. Or she'll call Wayne and tell it. Or Anthony will call Wayne and tell it. Shayla's going to drive that girl crazy. Hi, Jen Lee. How are you, doll? Good to see you. Hi, little TT. Hello, little TT. Good night. Good night. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Nature said, Angela, it was her still standing gracefully and slipped that hand at Don. Yeah, she sucker punched her. Hi, good to see you, Takesha. Hi, Sunshine. Sunshine makes my day because she has a bright yellow emoji. So I saw her this morning. I was like, there's a Sunshine. Keisha says, good evening, all. Hi, Keisha B. Welcome in. Jen says, I'm going to make eggs, turkey, bacon, and biscuits tomorrow for breakfast. Are you, Jen? You know, I haven't eaten breakfast in months, literally, because I get up so early and run in here. But I remember I used to cook like that. I used to like it, though. But the kids aren't home anymore, so, and my husband leaves early, so it's like, but on the weekend, maybe, yeah, I love homemade food. And then Juanita says, good evening, Denise, Little TT Smooth, and Kenyatta. Good evening, everyone. So what was your favorite skit today? I set this up for the Amber Cooks Breakfast. I just put it up there in case anybody had any comments or reactions to it, just as a discussion topic. And then I put Amber Cooks Breakfast, detail Shardae to be a baby mama. Then I ran out of space. Mike got hit today by his uncle. And I don't know how I feel about, how to feel about the grandmother being so angry she can't force that 50-year-old man to do what she wants him to do, whether right or wrong. The man is a grown old man, not old, but old enough. So I don't know how to feel about that. What do you guys think? I mean, she's angry that Mike won't do what she's telling him, even though she's probably right. I know in her mind she's right, but is she taking it too far? I mean, he said he believes in God, and I don't know. I don't mess with people's religions for the most part, but that's a lot. Why everyone talking about Amber's? Because they have nothing else to talk about. I'm not going to even repeat that, Angela, and I won't repeat that because they're going to find something to say. But you know what? Those people are in love with Amber. I don't care what they say. They love them some Amber, and they can't help it. So when they see somebody want to talk about Amber, what do? They hit that click button so fast. If you don't like somebody, do you hit their click button that fast? Do you really? Do you click on Dom that quickly when you see something about Dom coming on that you can't stand Dom? Nope. But what do they do with Amber? click, 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 as fast as they can. You know why? Because they want to look at her. That's why they do it. The 9:30 slot normally Wayne reserves for his storyline. Hopefully he went back. Well, no, he didn't go back out on the road because he's going to be at Dave's birthday dinner day after tomorrow. And you know what else? It is Young. Okay, Marion. Because when I looked it up the first time, I found Dave Young with the Supersonics. And then somebody said his name is Thomas. And I thought, well, I found Dave Young and it looked like Dave playing for the Supersonics basketball team in Washington State. Mm-hmm. And that's who Melissa was looking at when she was looking at Dave on her phone. And he had on his Supersonics outfit. The 9:30 slot this morning, Amber and Dave came on at 6 my time. So that's 9 your time if you're Eastern. And the 9:30 slot, normally Wayne reserves for his storyline. Well, when's he going back out on the road? After Dave. And you know what else I want to see? I want to see, and I hate to say this, but I would love if they had the dinner party, which they probably won't, have the dinner party at the new house if Dave has already done all of the gifting work. If he did all of the gifting legwork and he has everything ready for Amber so he can gift it to her, I would love that. And they can have the party catered at their new home. I mean, they probably won't do it, but that sure would be nice. It would really be nice. Nature Natasha's tired of everyone. Mm-hmm. And Keisha says, I hope the writers let Dave remain the good version of Wayne and not turn him into a clone. I kind of suspect, well, in just speaking on it, I suspect he's going to be the good version of the Wayne type and not the bad version. Once he finds out how petty Wayne is, I'm wondering, is it going to make a difference? Just like he had the nerve to say, can he invite Anthony? And Dave's going to laugh because he's a comedian. Most people know that most comedians are not nice people in real life. If you think about even the young comedians, let alone the old ones like Fred Sanford and all of them, they were nightmares. Richard Pryor, they were nightmares. And the young people, Kevin Hart and what's his name? The one that got beat up by Diddy's people. They're not nice people. Eddie Murphy, they're not nice people, but they're funny because they get to talk about people and make other people laugh. Angela Kendrick is 2. Kendrick falls weak for the poom poom. Apparently. Did you see D licking the bowl with his tongue? I did. I was cracking up laughing. He loves Shardae's food. Rone, you better hurry up and come home for D get your woman. He loves Shardae's food. I mean, if that's not Tommy, Gina, and D is definitely Martin. And Rone is Tommy. And Shardae is Gina. She's just louder. I'm excited for Dave and Amber. I don't know if I'm going to sleep that well tonight. Oh, Vanessa. It'll be good, though. This is also Amber Dave Facebook page. Is that the group Amber Dave? The one that says Amber and Dave? It's that one? Or is it Amber and Dave together? Is it Amber and Dave together, or is it that group that says Amber and Dave? You know, they have all these pages for Amber and Dave. So it's Amber and Dave. Because Dave about to blow up. I don't think he knew how popular he was going to be. Hey, Nancy B, you're back. I saw you at the laundromat, girl. I've been keeping up with your trip. And I saw your neighbor, your biggest cheerleader. I saw your neighbor, too. I was cracking up. She was hilarious, Nancy. She was yelling and screaming, you're a superstar on your street, woman. Go ahead, Nancy. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're back. Charity's birthday was yesterday. Dave's is tomorrow. Yeah. We didn't see him call his sister, did we? I wonder how close Dave is to his family, though, in all honesty. Gwen says, good evening, Nonya chat friends and family. Good evening, Gwen. It is so good to see you. D was hilarious. He was right about the kids. LeVar Ball chose his wife because she was a tall athlete, and they do that. And Shardae say, you want me to be Rone's baby mama? I'm with her though. I ain't gonna be your baby mama. We're gonna get married if you want me to have kids. We can make a prenup and we can have babies and then we can get out of this. I'm with Shardae on that one. Get married. She said, I don't want to have any bastard kids. They are funny. They really are. Gwen says, please hit, smash, tap, poke, or push the like button. People in the bushes, can you do that? Can you light it up? NonyasisChat. Subscribe to me. It's free. Please do. Usually I get like at least one subscriber a night. I haven't gotten any in a couple of days, in 2 days. So I'm like, where are the people? They don't like me anymore. I'm just kidding. I have over 3,400 now. And once I get monetized, I am going to put my music back, but I'm not chancing anything because it's just been a roller coaster. But someone told me that I just happened to get picked out of a lottery. Thanks. But at least I learned a lot. I learned a lot. A boy, Angela says, nature. Kendrick is too weak. He succumbed to anything and everyone. Yeah. Charlotte makes me 38 hot. I think they're trying to make her worse. I'm sorry, worse than Bethany. Because I guess Bethany is still going to go do her new show or movie or wherever she's going. So maybe that's why. And Charlotte, somebody's going to get her. Because she's just she's too much. She's blatantly racist. She's blatant with it. And her brother told her today, don't let Bethany trick her because he knows. So I wonder if Charlotte's going to listen to her brother. I wonder. Piari says she's moving on with her life. I saw that. Why do they let her dress like that? I mean, typically I don't say anything because they're skits. Piari needs to cover up some part of her top. Them things going to pop out one day. Her girls are going to pop out. Rone needs to process before he starts making babies with Shardae. I agree. Because he still cares about Piari. I wonder, the rush after Piari said that she is moving on with her life. As she should. She needs to get herself together. Because if all of that's true about her being pregnant by Anthony when she was in college, is the reason she's drinking. She's been drinking for a long time because those people have been out of college, 20 years, 18, 20 years. So if that's why she's really drinking and not some boyfriend who she used to drink with, like she lied about, I think she lied. She's been drinking a long time, and that alcohol is in her blood. I've not been an alcoholic, but I know a few. And I just don't know how she's going to do it. Hold on a second. My eyes are watering. I took my water pill today. Thank goodness. And then let's see. Brooke wanted to know where Isaiah was. I think that's a common question, NCB. But, I'm not mad at Brooke. I'm mad at her parents. They have sheltered that girl. They wouldn't let her get a job. They have hidden her from the whole world. And like Ms. B said, she's basically handicapped because Brooke can't make it alone. I want to see her go live with Stevie just until January when the new quarter starts. Because at first I thought let her go with Duchess, but no. I mean, Duchess, Duchess has her own issues going on. Let her go live with Stevie for a while. Stevie will get her straightened up and she'll have her a little behind enrolled in school. And she will be over Isaiah because Isaiah is not it. And I hope her and Cam don't cross the line tonight. Just don't cross the line. But I don't like the way Brooke is, but let's put it where it belongs. Bethany and Larry, they are mentally abusive parents. And Shara doesn't know enough about what's going on to understand why Brooke is the way she is. And I'm not defending Shara, but you can't threaten to lay hands on a child because you don't like what they say. Find out why your child is talking that way. Why is she sounding just like Bethany? Why is she so manipulative like Bethany? And I think as a mom, I would want Shara to find out what's really going on with Brooke. Why is she this way? But between Larry and Bethany, I'd run too. I don't know where I'd run to, but I'd run because she needs to breathe. Those people are in her face 22 out of, say, 24 hours in a day. Leave that girl alone. They can't help it. They do it to each other, so they figure they might as well include Brooke in all their nonsense. And now Brooke's got that mouth, and now they can't handle it. But I'm sorry, they did it. As parents, we set examples, don't we? And she's just like Bethany. And she's like Larry. And she talks to Larry crazy like Bethany does. So I'm not blaming everything on Brooke. She knows what's right and what's wrong. But those two, and remember the days when Larry used to protect Bethany? Remember? He used to be there to protect Bethany, take off his glasses, ready to fight. Now he can't wait for the divorce papers to come. And Bethany's not even going to be home when they come. And Purnell said, give them to her in the hospital. That was kind of cruel. I don't know that I could do that, you know? Uncle Cartoon slapped the taste out of Mike's mouth. He did, Hope. I mean, I didn't think he was disrespectful to his grandmother, but he wouldn't do what she said. I kind of have a problem with that. Just, you know, I'm not going to do something because somebody tells me that I have to. If that's not what you believe, then why was she forcing him? Somebody help me understand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong, you know? But like my grandma used to try to make me go to revivals, you know, during the week, those old-fashioned tent revivals, the old-fashioned. I don't have a problem with going to Bible study or going to revivals at the church, but the ones they used to have in the tent when I was little, I did not want to go in there. I was scared. I was afraid to go in there. I didn't like them. It was something about those tents that just, they didn't make me feel comfortable. And I'm talking a young girl, you know, and I didn't want to go. So my grandma, she didn't make me go after a couple of times. They scared me. Nancy says, do you think they need closure? You mean Isaiah and Brooke? Brooke probably does. Isaiah couldn't care less. Isaiah got what he wanted and moved on. And quiet as kept, he might have been with that Mariah. Is her name Mariah? What's her name? Mariah? Whatever her name is. When they played hide and go freak it or whatever they were doing. No telling what he was doing. And then Cam called him a bum. And he called him a bum because Isaiah drinks now. He smokes. He hangs out. He just does all the things that a young Black man should not be doing out in those streets. That's why he doesn't care about anything, I would think. That's what I think anyway. I mean, I know people who used to get high and drink, but they still were able to be successful because it's a phase. Now you got the people who don't come out of that phase. And Isaiah might just be one of those people. I mean, look at his dad. His dad has no gumption about him. Doesn't even care, you know? So I'm not, just trying to pick on people, but Isaiah's not a prize. Anyway, maybe she does need closure. I don't think he does, but I think she does. Nature says, Angela, he got some of Mike's spirit on him. knock him down. Natasha is worked up. I wonder if she misses Kendrick. Probably. She liked Kendrick. So Brooke left her house to be curled up in someone else's bed. No, that's not what I think is going on, Angela. She didn't have anywhere to go. She's going to sleep on the couch. No. Where else was she going to go? Just wander the streets at night? She can't go to Shara's. If they force that girl to go to school, she's not going to class. She's not going to go to class. At a certain point, you have to stop thinking you can force your children to do anything. She's not ready to go to school. The girl is getting depressed, and you can see it. She's playing that role extremely well. She's not laying up in his bed. I'm not sure where that is coming from. I didn't get that from the skits. I just said hopefully that doesn't happen because they are teenagers. It could, but I don't think that that's what Cam's after. I think Cam is really her friend. I hope so. Nature says, Angela, Cam's sister is not feeling Brooke being in their home. But they're gone, right? Isn't the sister gone with the parents, or is she? And I understand they don't want Brooke there. Brooke had better find something to do because she can't stay at Cam's house. She can't stay there. So why not go to Louisiana? And I mean, quiet as kept, go with Destiny. And then she can see what it really feels like to be in Destiny's shoes. Because we got to remember, Brooke knows nothing. Like, she doesn't know anything. She's the type that can get trafficked. She doesn't know anything. She's been so sheltered, and her mind is just like beat in. And all she knows how to do is manipulate and talk smack. And she's all of what, 80 pounds wet, if that big? I love Amber and Dave. They are a vibe. They are Kenyatta. And then Angela says, Nature, I would not be feeling her either. Let's see if she's going to have a smart mouth in those people's house. How Amber fed Dave the food this morning. She is practicing for the wedding cake. That's cute, Nature. She could be because he told her manifest it. Hi, Bree. Good evening. Good evening. Me too, Nonya. Watched it about 10 times. It was so cute. I mean, it was good. It made your spirit feel good, right? It really did. And I was glad to see Amber was cooking. I was waiting for somebody to say, how come the fried eggs are splattered in the skillet? Because that's what they do when you fry an egg and you crack it in there. It kind of splatters, and then you kind of scoot it around and push it back in. I was waiting to see that comment, but I didn't see one. Wayne done this daughter's as a dance challenge. Oh, Melissa. Is it Melissa with the dance challenge? Who's got the dance? Or is it Malia? I saw him on there with Malia. Good evening, Angela, Nancy B, Juanita, Nature, Kenyatta, Jen Louie, and Marion. And then she goes on to say Vanessa, Keisha B, Denise, Sunshine, Takesha, Lil TT, Betty, Vanetta, Eklund, and Bree. Hi, Squallow, welcome in. Yep, Nancy B. Brooke is still on wanting Isaiah slow and sad. Maybe she does need closure. I mean, women do need closure. Men can walk away. They don't. Men and women are so different, Squallow. Men can just walk away and go get the next woman. But women, especially your first boyfriend when you're a virgin, a lot of women, they feel that because they fall in love. These young girls fall in love. And I don't think it's because she wants to see him and she wants to be with him. I think it's that she needs him to tell her why he did what he did. That is how women are. Not me, but a lot of women. I don't care. I just walk away. but then I didn't have that many boyfriends either. But I don't think it's that. I just don't. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see that. That's what she wants. She wants to know why. Why did he do her that way? And that's what closure means. But I only say that because I've been a teenager, and I've also got 2 daughters. I've got a son, and if you have children and it's a girl, there's a difference between a boy and a girl. Big difference. Big difference between boys and girls. And, people can say all they want about Brooke. She wants him back and all that, but I don't think that's it. And that's just me talking as a mom. The girl wants to know why. Why did you just dump me? I mean, is that not a valid question? Some people need it and some people don't. Some people are able to walk away and say, to heck with you, screw you. But she's not one. She's been sheltered so much. What did we think she was going to do? Did we expect her to say, oh, well, everything's okay? I'm sorry. My daughter says she's giving me her new address. Okay. Anyway, but that's just my little take on it. I don't know. I love the breakfast skit. It was simply funny. Yep, Cam is trying to protect her. I did the same, Nonya. I kept watching Amber and Dave skits throughout the day. And let's see. I'm so mad at Wayne inserting himself into Amber and Dave's skits. I mean, and it's like he can't help it. He doesn't have to do that. But this is Wayne's world. So, of course, he's going to do it. And am I ready to look at Wayne again? Not really. I mean, give us a week's break away from Wayne. Because that was enough last week with the podcast and all the lead up to the podcast and all of his negative energy and evilness and his Freddy Krueger outfit like he's going to eat people. Freddy Krueger wore that. Oh, my daughter's staying in Chicago. Good. Oh my goodness. My daughter that I told you was an engineer. She's a flight attendant. She said she's going to London tomorrow with her friend. See, that's the good part about being a flight attendant. My daughter said, to heck with these people. They can make up all the arbitrary rules they want to. I'm out of here. And I'm not mad at her. I say, live your life. They're grown. They're married. Who am I to say? Don't quit your job. And then she's frugal on top of that. So, no, the girl's not broke. She does not believe in spending money. Pushing forward. Hi, pushing forward. Welcome in. They must have recorded a lot of these skits with Brooke before she went off to college. Probably so. And Magnolia says, hey, skit cousins. Squallow says, good evening, Gwen. Hi, Juanita. I can't watch the skits with him in it. And no Jacoby. I know, Vanetta. I agree. I just watch Amber and Dave because they're refreshing. And Shayla. Actually, Shayla's had me laughing, Keisha. I don't like Shayla. I don't like Shayla. I can't stand Shayla. But when she goes off, she makes me laugh. She cracks me up. Especially when she take off on Denisha's butt. And when she went off and when she went to go get Kai back, which was against the law, and she should have called the police, of course, but she is funny. And I guess that's what they were working towards, her strengths, because she's always going to be a character actress, but she is funny. Anyway, my daughter's off to the UK tomorrow, to London. They're everywhere. Every time I turn around, they're flying somewhere. And Angela Atkinson says, me too, Bree. He needs to leave Amber and Dave alone and go over with Anthony and Denisha. Yeah, he just wants to meddle Amber. He cannot help himself. He's sick. And if he is a communal narcissist, a spiritual narcissist, like Tina said, because it sure does fit the character, not the real person. We don't know the real person. I wonder what Michelle has told her husband that he is now blackmailing Ben. He's got the thumb drive. He's got the thumb drive nature. Ben tried to ask like he was flustered. He knows Michelle knows things about him and his friends. That thumb drive, we don't know what's on it, but Darren's work is on there, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. And if Anthony's money is on there, adios, money. They had a few good skits today. Yes, Magnolia, they did. I enjoyed Rone and Shardae, then Darren. Darren and Keisha. Keisha had skits today? Or do you mean his sister Keisha? But she actually laid it in Lesa. Lesa actually did say what we have been saying from the beginning, how he got with her because he thought her being white was going to make it different than, what's his name, the son, TK? JT being with a white woman than a black woman. And Lesa put it out there to the mother. And I remember when he first came on, we were talking about him not liking black women and that his mom was black. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were at Wayne's house. And Lesa told him exactly what we had been saying. He chose her because the black woman cheated on him and he figured the white woman wouldn't. And the mother was looking like, in other words, black women weren't good enough for him. And that's what Lesa was telling the mom. That's what Lesa was telling the mom. And that's why the mom gave him a dirty look. He gave one to Lesa and one to Darren because she called it on Darren. That's exactly what he did. I think he's going to get back with what's her name? Lakeisha, is that her name? The first wife? Brie, Angela, exactly. He's just using them for views because why would you want to be cool with Amber's man? What a weirdo. And why would you jokingly say, is it okay if I bring Anthony? Was that supposed to be funny? Why would you do that if you weren't just some little menace? Menace to society. You guys know that movie? Hi Carla. And everyone saying good morning or good evening, I'm sorry. And Lil TT Smooth says we know Shayla doesn't know how to cook. Tamara went to cooking school to learn how to cook. Oh, you like the freckle skit? Me too. Because I know Amber had freckles. I didn't know she had as many on her back. And Grandpa went overboard today juicing up cartoon. That's what happened, isn't it? Because I was like, he sure is saying a lot, I mean, I know Grandma was on Mike's case, right? But then I didn't think she went that hard for him to get slapped. But yeah, I'm going to listen to it again because I was going really fast. And so I'm going to watch it again because I want to know what he exactly said. Because it made it sound like Mike was just totally disrespectful to his grandmother. And I'm thinking, all of that just because he's not like regular Christian? I didn't understand it. So I'm going to watch it again, Squallow, to see what the grandpa said. I'm excited about viewing Amber and Dave's house tomorrow. Me too. And hopefully he got the gifting done because it's been a couple of weeks. And all he has to do is fill out the gifting paperwork. Amber has to sign a document and Dave that says she doesn't have to pay the money back. They get it notarized. They file it with the courts. And Amber better be smart and do a prenup. But they're not married, so I guess you can't do a prenup, right? But anyway, that's how it works. And you file it with the courts. And your marital spouse has no access to that home. I'm going to keep saying it until people understand what the gifting process is about. because that's what it means. And that's why rich people do it. They gift things to their children, to their boyfriends, girlfriends. They gift it out. As a matter of fact, Amber didn't do it, and I can see why. Because she put the name, her dad's name on her house, but she didn't gift it to him. They just put his name on there. And so when she was ready to sell it, she could. And he couldn't say, no, you gave it to me as a gift. It's mine. Because once you gift a home or a car, whatever you gift, a vineyard, that belongs to the other person now. It's no longer yours. But I can see them, wanting to get money from the mortgage. He's got to get some of his money back. And that makes sense. She's got to make him a sweet potato pie, maybe 2. I wonder if she'll do it in the morning, Vanetta. Amber, are you listening to us? Make him a couple of sweet potato pies. Well, I don't know. They're going to go see the house. She might not have time. But that would be sweet because he really loves her sweet potato pies. Angela Atkinson says, exactly, Bree. He knows the situation. He should have declined Dave's offer. He cannot stay away from Amber. He can't. He can't. But that, when I read Tina Young's definition of the type of narcissist Wayne was, it fit perfectly with why he won't leave Amber alone. It's like he didn't get closure from Amber leaving him because she got married. So he wasn't able to dump Amber. So he didn't get fed like a vampire. He didn't get fed that way. I don't know if anybody remembers Dark Shadows with Barnabas and Angelina, because Angelina did that to Barnabas one time. He didn't get his final fix from her. And I know it sounds like crazy, but it was called Dark Shadows. It was about vampires. It was so good. And Angelina did that to him once on purpose, and it like to drove Barnabas crazy. Bree says, Wayne is such a creep. He needs to stir the pot all the time. What a messy diva he is. Sassy. He ain't that much better than Wayne. And then I always want to switch up women. Just like a lot of people don't realize Amber was Wayne's girlfriend before she was with Anthony. She wasn't with Anthony first. That was Wayne's woman. Now, should she have gone with him? He said he wasn't going to leave the game. They broke up for a day or 2, however long, and she started dating Anthony. But she still was in love with Wayne. And he said he wasn't getting married. Amber and Dave, Shayla versus Denisha, Natasha, and Don. I got to look at the Natasha skit and watch her smack Don. I love Mike getting smacked. Grandma needs to leave her grown grandson alone. And Squallow says Grandma needs to respect Mike's religious beliefs and lack of practice. I mean, he's probably like 50, I don't know. I love my grandmother. I would respect anything she said, but I don't see that my grandma would have told me that. But I do want to see what the grandpa had to say. Yeah, they are in love with Amber. If Amber is not around, there's withdrawals. Just like I have my own little small level of withdrawal when I don't see Amber and Dave. But these people seem like they go nuts. That's why the clickbait has a picture of Amber and she's not even in the skit. She's not even in the skit. And they still put her picture on the thumbnail. Clickbait. Wayne, Anthony, and Denisha to be happy, but always be messy with Amber. Moving into that woman's house. Boy, you get a beat down in the real world. Pull some mess like that. Dave invited Wayne because of the vegan restaurant. That's true, Carla. That's exactly true. And I called it a while back. And I do think that Evelyn might be, after Wayne meets her, she might be on the list to be his number 2. Because, Wayne's got to line him up like dominoes. He's got his number 1 that he's messing with. Then he's got his number 2. Where does Tamara fit in? Where she can fit in. I mean, I think he does care about Tamara, If I were Tamara, I would never, ever talk to him again. And I still want to see Jarvis and King come. At least he'll get a run for his money when he sees some other man wants his woman, because that will remind him of Amber getting away from him when she married Anthony. In my humble opinion, if you guys disagree, put it in the chat so I can see it, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to manifest the divorce. Will he even do it? But I will tell you, I know in my state, I'm not sure. I didn't look up Georgia. I'd have to ask Atlanta because she studied law. But I'd like to know, how long can they go on without the attorney taking it before a judge? And in my state, it's a year. You don't have past a year to make that. And you've got to go to mediation sometime within that year. And if you don't make a resolution, the divorce court will make it for you, because they don't believe in you being stuck in a marriage. You can't move on because this jerk over here won't sign the divorce papers. But I'm wondering, let me know what you think. If Darren has Anthony's information in there, Ben's information, do you think Michelle's husband will steal it? Or do you think if Michelle knows what's on there, she'll tell Amber what's on it about Anthony's money? I know the last time she saw Amber, she was mad, but now this is different and she's not feeling Danielle anymore. So maybe she'll, who knows, you know how fickle females can be. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Moderators, can I get a count? Not that it's going to do any good, but can I get a count of the number of people that have hit the like button? Thank you. Yeah, manifest the divorce. I agree. And maybe Dave will be praying on that and the house. Who knows? But remember, he said he'll be in prayer tomorrow. Remember that? I don't want everyone to see them at the new house. No, I just want Wayne to see it so he can eat his heart out. Always talking about those doggone giraffes. No, I don't want them women to see it. Ernestine can see it. Ernestine's not going to do anything but protect Amber. But keep her mouth shut. Got to make Ernestine sign an NDA, right? Because she talked too much. But I want Wayne to see it so he can eat his heart out. Oh, then he'll be really jealous, huh? And then he had the nerve to tell her they're messing around could still come up in a podcast. I was so mad at them women for signing that contract. But I don't want to think about it. They did it. It's done. That was a bad week for reviewers who don't like what Wayne was doing. Some of the ones that were gleeful, they were happy. Because a lot of people, misery loves company. So if they're miserable, they probably wanted them to be miserable too. Who knows? Anyway. And Antoinette says, I hope everything goes well tomorrow. Me too, Antoinette. I don't want to see everyone at the new home. No, I don't want to see everybody. I do want Wayne to see it. In a way, I want Wayne to see it, right? But then, on the other hand, Wayne's going to be so jealous that then that might make him tweak up more, right? No, I don't, especially them women. Damn sure don't want them going over there. Ooh. Hi, Melinda. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Antoinette. Little TT Smooth says Shayla's going to keep putting Denisha to the test. Denisha put them hands on Shayla. Then she's going to leave Denisha alone. I hope she whooped Denisha's butt. I hope Shayla whooped her butt. I can't stand Denisha. You move into another woman's house, you think I'm going to stand up for you? I hope Shayla drag her. And I can't stand Shayla. I can't stand that heifer. But I can't stand Denisha even more. I can't stand Denisha one bit. And Anthony, Wayne about to take your girl. Let's see. Jen says, card red penalty. New skit. Nadia catches Jay on the phone with Bree. Really? Are they talking sexy? I hope they get caught. I'm sick of the wizard dragging the divorce. Magnolia, we are. They've gotten nowhere since March. And remember what he did with the DNA test. Unless Anthony's going to lose all his money to Michelle's husband. I wonder if that's the play. Because we're thinking Ben's going to get it, Darren's going to get it. What if Michelle's husband finds the information on that drive? And supposedly when they first made the deal, Ben and Anthony, no one had the codes except those two. But in order for Darren to move the money, he would have to either get the code from Anthony or tell Anthony where to move his money to. So I wonder which one it was. I don't think Amber enjoys getting dragged for still being married. I'm not quite sure I understand that, Bree. Not sure I understand. I mean, what is she supposed to do? Take a little measly $150,000 and then $4,000 amount, which is what Kai gets for school? I mean, Anthony's just being a butthole at this point, That's it. Hi, Hemi girl, what's happening? Momo was going to be I really thought Momo was going to be a snitch. She would have if Dee hadn't gotten who's Brian? Whoever that attorney was, she probably was going to snitch. And she knows about Bishop. And that's what the attorney brought her in for, Bishop. She knows about Bishop and what happened to Bishop. She was there. Remember, and Dee told her to go outside? And Bree says, Hemi, you did. I knew she wasn't going to snitch. She loves herself some Dee. She does. And Darren doesn't have a prenup either. Denise, Darren doesn't have a prenup. So he figured marrying a snow bunny was going to save him, huh? Really? So he didn't get a prenup either. Well, he sure did buy his mama house fast, didn't he? Before Lesa could get his money. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like Lesa, but I can't stand Darren. I mean, when he first came on the set, he acted like, I think, wasn't it Amber at Wayne's house that asked about him not liking his mom, or they had that conversation somewhere. Maybe it was Ben and Danielle's house. You don't like your own mother. She's Black. Remember those conversations about race and why he's with a snow bunny? I guess. I don't know. Dave told Wayne he knew Aunt and Wayne are tight. He did, Vanetta. So hopefully that keeps our Dave on guard. On guard. As they say in the Night of the Round Table movies. Nature Carla, did you think Dave invited Wayne also with the suspicion Evelyn may make a surprise appearance with Charity? That could be. And then it doesn't look like Dave has a lot of friends. He has DJ Alex, but who else does Dave kick it with? He really doesn't kick it with anybody. And then how was he eating before Amber came? I like the people who say, Amber doesn't cook. Wonder what Dave was doing before Amber came. Who was cooking? And then somebody said something about the plastic. Do people realize that the majority of Wayne's food that he eats is with paper plates and plastic forks and spoons? I mean, we sit here and we collect all these little tidbits of information, and it'll drive you nuts if you let it. Wayne eats out of paper plates all the time. Only time he really didn't have to was when Amber cooked for him. She would use a plate, and then she'd wash it. For real, Keisha B, he did this mess last summer. They never made it to mediation. Same crap this year. Did the same thing with the DNA test, and then threw us a bogus DNA test. And Magnolia said, I noticed that as well. They will get back together. Darren looked at her after she poured life into him today. And I think they might, but he needs to change up because he does act like she's just a trophy wife. That woman was about to go on stage, and I don't know if you remember this conversation they had when she told it she gave up her career, her singing career, and she was about to go on stage, like she made it, and she gave it up to marry Darren. And then she got that Pilates business, and he talks down to it like she's nobody. He just wants her to be at home. Kind of the same thing Anthony did to Amber. I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video, and then O'Neill had me on this channel, and we talked about it. And then he said something like, well, that's what a lot of rich men do. Hell, if that's the case, marry the woman you want to marry that's already wanting to be a housewife. If they have a career or they're building one, why would you marry them and then change them? Oh, because they're rich? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. No, it doesn't. That's that masochistic nonsense, macho. And I love men. I'm not a feminist. I love men. But that kind of BS right there, nah, that's not cool. You want to marry somebody and then they want to change who you are. All of a sudden, they want you to sit at home and cook and run errands for them all day. What? You guys just don't know, boy. Anyway, Magnolia, I noticed as well. They will get back together. Darren looked after her. And I mean, and maybe there is still a chance. And maybe, just maybe, and I don't want to be crude, but every time we saw them together, why was she the one that was about to do all the work and not him? Because that was her job. Keisha says, remember when Keisha used to go up to the school? I remember. I was cracking up today, Keisha. And she looks so good now, right? She looks so different. And she used to go up to the school with her pajamas on. God, it's hot in here. I need to turn the fan on in here. It's really hot. And Bree says, nature, that's exactly what's going to happen. Charity and Evelyn will definitely show up causing drama. That's why Wayne wrote himself to be a part of the SKIT 4 days party. You think, you guys, I was thinking about the meeting. You think they're going to come to the party? Maybe, huh? Maybe. And at least Neil will be there. Hi, Yolanda Sanders. Welcome in. Darren is learning his lesson with everything going on. He put down Black women so much. Now look at him. Exactly. I mean, we were even talking back when they first came on about what? He doesn't even like his mom? What's up with this guy, right? Hi, Donna Robinson. Donna says, good evening, everyone. And nature. When she told Darren he smelled like mayonnaise, I hollered. That's funny, Magnolia. He sure did. Or she did, I should say. Brooke better be sleeping on their sofa and not in Cam's room. I agree. Hi, Tamrock. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Lesa needs to get hands and feet put on her immediately. Well, she shouldn't have cheated with Mike. That's for sure. If I was Darren, I wouldn't take her back. Can you guys hold on a second? I need to turn on the fan. It's hot. Sorry about that. I don't turn on the air conditioner when it's hot and I'm only in one room and my husband's not here yet. It's like $500 for 20 minutes or crazy. Whew. Tamrock, how are you? Happy Monday. Yeah, she needs something put on her. That's for sure. Because what she did is totally wrong. And the sad part is that, hold on, she actually Lesa actually thought by telling Dom that she was going to break them up and Mike was going to be with her. That's the hard part. It's like, what now? You're going to tell Dom and you're going to try to force Mike to be with you. Now that I have a problem with. Who? That's entitled much. And no, I'm not changing my mind. Darren's wrong for what he did to her, but she had the audacity to want to tell Dom about her and Mike because she wanted to force Mike to come and be with her. They both wrong as two left shoes. Maybe they need to stay separate. Going back to what's her name, Lakeisha, the first woman. Go back to her. And she's super funny. That lady, the first mom, what's his name? JT? Or KJ, whatever his name is. And she's so pretty, but she's super funny. She is super funny. And Gwen says, hi, Tamrock. Everybody's saying hi, Tamrock and Donna. I'm sorry. Nature says, Magnolia, he said she smelled like okra, and she said he smelled like mayonnaise. That was funny. He smiled toward her direction. Darren is going to enjoy soul food again. Watch. Maybe, because remember he said he didn't want any soul food anymore when he got with her. Yeah, we thought he was, I don't know how many of you remember, but we thought he was like a racist against his own people. But it wasn't. It was because of, I think it's Lakeisha, her name, the mom, the black mom. And Hemi Girl said, I saw people on Facebook saying Wayne is exposing the audience with the Lesa storyline. Nobody's posting nasty things about Lesa, but they're still stuck on what Amber did 3 years ago. But I mentioned a while back, well, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to keep mentioning what I mentioned. That's kind of boring. But anyway, Keisha said, as a mom, Shara should be spending more time with Brooke. She should be teaching her about life and love and other stuff that Larry wouldn't understand. I totally agree. Totally. And at first, I thought that's what we were going to get when Shara got there. She was more busy with putting destiny in line than she was paying attention to her own child. Because she should have figured out, why does Brooke act like Bethany? Brooke acts just like Bethany. She can manipulate everything that Bethany does. Brooke does it because she learned it from Bethany. And I don't think, as much as I like Shara, and I do like Shara, I just didn't understand how come she didn't try to get closer to her daughter and get into her head to see what made her tick. Duchess acts a little shady to me. Me too, Juanita. Is there a skit showing Brooke laying in a bed at Cam's house? I thought she was going to lay on the couch. But if there's a skit, I guess she's laying on the bed. Hey, Hemi, I wonder if it could be that Lesa and Mike was a fling, whereas Amber and Wayne were courting or situationship with deep mutual feelings. Yeah, that's what it was. Lesa was hooking up with Mike. Mike didn't want her. No, they were an item. Yeah. And his same line was same as he gave to Mara. He wasn't married. He wasn't ready to retire. And a lawyer got Momo out of jail. Brian, somebody, I guess that Damien hired. Brian something. I don't think we ever heard of a Brian. So maybe that's a new character. Keisha Magnolia, I felt the same way about Brooke in that house. She was way too comfortable laying. So she is laying in a bed, probably stalking Isaiah's social media. Well, she need to get her butt up. I say she should go with Stevie. Let Stevie kick her butt for a while. And if you have, Stevie does have a YouTube page, and Miss B says she was on there getting ready, I guess, for school, and she looked absolutely adorable. Had her hair done, had her uniform on for school. So, and I do follow her, and I also follow Brooke and Destiny's page, and Ernestine's little girl's page. Shayla wants to show Denisha that she can take Anthony back. She does. Don't put Clorox bleach or Clorox wipes and Fabiosa or whatever it is. Don't put it in front of Shayla. I wouldn't leave the house if I were you, Denisha. I don't think Shayla wants him back. Shayla still wants a mom. But if she wants to be mean, she'll give Denisha a run for her money. Because Denisha has already taken to the love bombing. It's still going on to a point. And if you guys don't know what I mean by the love bombing, she turns her head when she doesn't want to give Anthony a kiss, when he's done something she doesn't like. She withholds the cookie now. All the things that he liked in her in the beginning, and now she's like, if she doesn't want to be touched, she moves. That's what a guy does when they love bomb you. When they figure they have you, that's what they do. And women think that they don't love bomb. We do love bomb. I think we're better at it than men are. Because men don't see it coming from a woman. How do you think women get men to do all these things that they get them to do? They love bomb them. Lil TT Smooth says she's still in love with Anthony. She never told him how she feels about him, and it's killing her inside because he was with Amber. Shayla, now Denisha, Piari, is keeping it to herself now. Who's in love? Lil TT, who do you mean is still in love? Shayla? Maybe. Until somebody snatched him away. But the only thing I can see with him is if he still has money. I mean, he's such a sassy dude. Shayla can definitely get Anthony back. I think so too, Bree. Trey only has $7. Yeah, Brooke doesn't want to go to school. Maybe Brooke can maybe she's better suited for junior college right now, or even cosmetology school. She likes to do hair. I mean, not everybody wants to go to a 4-year university. Not everybody wants to go to an HBCU. But they want to force it on her. When you try to force your kids, it don't turn out too well. I like Dave and Amber skit this AM too. I'm over the Shayla skit. She gets away with any and everything. She does Tamrock for the most part. I only like when she sets it off. If she can make me laugh, then I'll laugh. Other than that, I can't stand Shayla. Oh, what Shayla did to Amber? I do like that she went and got her baby. I mean, if she did it right, she would have took the police with her. But I was glad she went and got her baby. That man should have took her baby. That's a federal crime. That's federal. When you cross state lines with a minor, that's federal. That's not even state to state. That's the feds. You don't cross the lines unless that spouse or whatever your agreement says. You don't do it, or you will go clink, clink. They got snakes all over the skits. Bree, Shayla, Delicia, Lauren, Dom, J Diva, Libby. All of them are snakes. Oh, the sister is at home? Okay. So Brooke is in the guest bedroom. Okay. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow because she's got to find somewhere to go. I mean, just go ahead and call her auntie and go to Louisiana. Or better yet, go to work with Duchess at Harold's. Hang out with Destiny and the crew. She'll learn something. Brooke, you got to remember, Brooke knows nothing. She is so green. She doesn't know anything. Can you imagine her trying to be in the streets by herself? She better make a choice. Dave made homemade biscuits. Oh, Nancy B., he made biscuits himself when he was living alone? Maybe I missed that, huh? I missed it in the skits. No matter, the sister's in the house with Cam. She made him homemade biscuits. Yeah. Yeah, Nancy, she did. I remember I used to do that. I used to like to make kneaded bread, home rolls, dinner rolls. And my grandma taught me how to make them with yeast. And then you let them rise. Then you have to knead them again. Then you let them rise again. But those were the best doggone rolls in the world. The way Dave was hyping up Amber, they just compliment each other. It's so nice. You love him some Amber. Hello. Hi, Shirley. How are you? Shirley, I saw a comment of yours I was going to comment on. Now I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, I was going to comment on it. Shirley says, hi, chat mates. The writer's downplaying the fact that Darren's baby mama cheated on him too. I think they covered that in detail in the beginning when we first found out who that lady was. Isaiah doesn't care now. Everybody got slapped today. Damn, I said everybody got slapped. Darren treats his baby mama horrible. I bet he'll change his tune now too. I bet he'll change up on that crap now that Lesa did the same thing. But Lesa, I can't believe she actually thought that telling Dom was going to force Mike to be with her. Talk about entitlement. Everybody got slapped today. I did. I love seeing them also, Bree, Amber and Dave together. Good evening, Shirley. Good evening, Shirley. Darren treats Lesa like property. Yeah, she said she wasn't happy. Yeah, she said it. Anthony and Darren are twins. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember that, Nancy B. I was on O'Neill and I asked about Anthony and Darren being alike. And he said that's because they're rich men. That doesn't make them not be alike because they're rich men and they have the same thought. That actually makes them alike. You marry somebody and you want to change them into a housewife. What the hell you marry her for then? I don't know. Natasha should have given Don a backhand lick as long as she, pop, pop, do it to her twice, right? Mike's grandmother is kind of a pot stirrer. She is. I don't usually say anything about it, but she is. She wants things to go her way. This isn't the first time she started confusion by not telling the whole story. That's right. Ben's storyline is trash. Yeah, it is for now, but now Michelle and her husband, or her husband, has the thumb drive. I want to know what's on the thumb drive. And Gwen says that's why I say she needs to see Isaiah and get out of the system. And get it out of her system and then go to school. I agree, Gwen. But I think, I don't know when they usually give you a couple of weeks after your supposed start date to go. So maybe she will go after she gets it out. Because I think she just needs closure. And women do. There are women who need closure. There are some who just say screw you and walk away, right? And excuse me if my French bothers anybody or whatever it is I'm saying. But maybe. And I think Ben and Lesa will cross the line. Mm-hmm. Bree, me too. The breakfast was simply, but Amber and Dave have made it fun. Fun, love. Dave told Amber to let the flowers stay on her clothes. That was so cute. She smells like his grandma. And honestly, guys do like that. They like when you be having, like I used to get it on my nose, like cake dough or something, and my husband would wipe it off my nose. It's like, goodness gracious. Why is it on my nose? Because it pops up out of the bowl. Please hit smash, tap, poke, or push the like button. Light it up. Nonya says it's free to subscribe. Thank you. We have 79 people watching. Can you guys hit the like button for me, please? Wayne is jealous. Yes, he is. Wayne's a lot of things. Evil is one of them. He's not just a Dennis the Menace. He's got an evil part in his heart. He's like back and forth. Wayne might want Tamara back, but he probably wants Tamara back on his time. And that is what's going to get Wayne. I wish Jarvis and King would come. At least somebody will be paying attention to Tamara. And then Wayne's really going to take a double look. His head's going to be on a 360 swivel. Tamarack says, Gwen, I agree. Brooke wants closure. She thinks talking to Isaiah will help, but it won't because he's a liar. He's probably been messing with that other girl for a while. Remember the twins said they used to play hide and freak it when that girl lived in the complex? So that makes me wonder, what does that mean? Hide and freak it? Wayne needs a woman, so he leaves Amber alone. Leaves Amber and Dave alone. Yeah. No, JD, but have you ever seen, I never saw orange oxtails before. What did she put in it? Turmeric? How'd they turn orange? Wayne is totally unnecessary in Amber and Dave's skits. Heck, he's unnecessary in Anthony and Denisha's skits. I did too. I watched Amon and Dave throughout the day also. Amon? Or you mean Ant-Man? Ant-Man? I don't watch him unless I have to. You guys tell me what happens. I can't stand looking at him. The underweight wizard. Now, y'all know that's one person I don't like is him and Denisha. I don't like those two people at all. All right. We've seen Wayne enough. He's oversaturated the skits with his evil presence. And maybe that's why he didn't come on this morning. I hope. And so we're not going to see him tomorrow because the birthday party for everyday people is the day after. So tomorrow is just supposed to be him and Amber for dinner. Wayne should bring Tamara to Dave's dinner. I thought about that too. And leave Lauren in that apartment. I thought about that too, Keisha. And I don't think Amber would mind if Tamara came. My daughter spin. When you went on vacation, did your daughter go, Nancy? Or did your mom go? Carla, maybe Dave teaches Wayne how to love a woman. Carla, I like that. How to protect and cherish her. That's a good thought, Carla. Very good. Hemi, let Wayne go over Anthony's and Denisha's and leave Amber and Dave alone. Let them enjoy each other. I think, and I think it's because Dave doesn't seem to have any friends because all he does is work on his business. So he's really only got DJ Alex and not under the wizard weight, Magnolia. If Wayne and Dave teaming up is supposed to be for Wayne to do the vegan McDonald's and Wayne falls for Evelyn, then I'm here for it. That's what I think's going to happen, Hemi girl. Remember what was she, Puerto Rican girl? What was that girl's name? She was pretty, the little skinny, whatever she was. I don't know, Hispanic or something. What's her name? I forget that girl's name. He wasn't with her that long, but he liked her. Jacoby is scamming $20,000 out of Greg and Mike. He's not even giving them any paperwork with costs to get marketing done. Is that the paperwork he made up and gave to Natasha and claimed it was signed already? Is it that paperwork? Gwen, do you know? That he gave to Natasha last week and Natasha still has it in her purse? When Wayne goes over Anthony's, we're not watching him, so now he's coming over. Mm-hmm. Today's because he know we love Dave. Hi, Dave. Yes, we love Dave. He knows it. You better not turn him into a jerk. Only 46 out of 71. Can you guys hit the like button, please? It don't cost you nothing. You can hit it for free. His baby mama, Keisha, that used to wear the bonnets, her name is DJ. Thank you. I couldn't think of all those initials to save my life. So DJ as in DJ, like a DJ. And let's see. His baby mama, Keisha, that used to wear the bonnets. Yeah. She used to drive me crazy with those silly bonnets on her head. But she is super hilarious. The last couple of times we've seen her, she's funny. I guess Wayne say I'm going to force them to watch. Bree's going to force us to watch him. He knows we're mad at him. He knows he annoys us. Bree, you're right. We don't want to see Wayne. We want Amber to get a divorce. And then Hemi Girl says, Angela, I don't like that. Wayne don't need to be seen at Dave's. He's gonna find his way over there. Watch. Hemi, Amber is being held stronger in what happened because they do like her and expect a lot from her. Yeah, because she is the #1 actress and she's very powerful. She can handle it. I guess for that many tens of millions of dollars, maybe I could handle it too. But some of them don't like the storyline, like Mama Brenda and some of the other ones. Remember, I asked, where's Pastor Chris? And then that was about 3 weeks ago, and then he showed up. What, last week, last few days, he showed up. Maybe they don't, because most of them are spiritual. And I know Trey was in a movie, so I guess he finished the movie. Because he was showing, I don't know, you guys might have seen him, how they put the stunt person in once you get hit, and then they put the blood all over the stunt person, and then you have to jump back in when it's time for you to get back in there. So he showed that. He's on IG a lot. Michelle's husband took the information off the computer, plus Michelle told him Ben's investing in Abigail's business, and Michelle doesn't know. And Donna says, PPIQ, what's that, Donna? Pushing forward. Hi, pushing forward. Wayne just needs to be a director and stay out of the skits. Mm-hmm. Cameron tells Brooke he was never going to let Isaiah get away with cheating on her. I mean, he likes her. Maybe he likes her for real, but he says it's friends. Did you see the post about KW skit numbers? No, Vanetta. What did it say? Were they bad? How bad were they? Because, yeah. Oh, Waukesha is her name? Waukesha. Should have figured that when all the Keisha names were coming out. I like Keisha, but I never liked like Waukesha, Shakesha, and all that. I like Keisha though, because I thought about naming my daughter Keisha. I ended up naming her Erica. Clara. Hi, Clara. Welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. So is Wayne going to be in Amber and Dave's relationship? What Shayla is to Aunt and Denisha's relationship? He better not. I don't think so. I don't think Dave's going for that. I think Dave's going to keep an eye on him. I mean, he thinks he's funny, but the more he's around, the more Dave is around Wayne, I personally think that he's going to start peeping Wayne, his behavior. And I bet he asked Amber something about Wayne. And Wayne already prefaced it saying, we're like brothers and sisters. We fight a lot. Remember, he knows Amber. So he's going to be able to tell. Yeah, I'm curious what the number said too. Yeah, Amber doesn't want to remove her freckles. I didn't know she had them on her back. I know she had them on her arms. Dom 10, how are you? Wayne never let a good story just be good. Always inserts himself into Amber and happiness. Wants to be tinted. He wants to be tied. He wants everything to be tinted. basically toward him. He's a true sociopath. His views are not strong, so he brings his warlock self. He's not funny anymore. And I don't mean to be mean. I'm not trying to be. But he was funny when he was Drip and Buddy, and even when he was with Libby, he was funny. That's a good question. It's starting to appear this way. Brooke is running out of options. She is giving all her energy to this breakup. Pushing Wayne should be behind the scenes because he doesn't like his character to receive karma. Exactly, like he's not supposed to. He writes himself to win all the time, and he's just like messy. Yeah, someone like that should definitely be behind the scenes. Go back out on the road. I mean, because he's just like messing up the storyline. It was so bad. I don't know about the other reviewers, but I know for Miss B and for me and this other lady, it was like we could hardly stand doing our reviews. And that's what we're here for. I mean, if I didn't do my chats and my reviews, and then if you fall off the algorithm, it takes you a whole month to get back on it, right? Hope Dave set it up, Anthony. Well, he did, Angela. That's what gifting is for. I hope they remove Brooke from the skits and bring Destiny. She deserves the life. She is so ungrateful. Hear me? I blame that on her parents, the majority of it. Now, Brooke knows when she's wrong, but she got that from Larry and Bethany, especially Bethany. Hear me? That's what it's giving. I'm sorry. Wayne wants to cause drama in Dave and Amber's relationship, but Amber got enough drama with Charity and Evelyn. I do think Dave's, hi, Yolanda, good evening. I think Dave's going to be watching him for some reason. And maybe that comment about Anthony has something to do with it. And he did say that he knows that Anthony and Wayne are very close. So hopefully that gives Dave the green light to watch Wayne. And let's see. Angela says, true nature, remember how him and Anthony were saying Amber is paying? No, I don't remember that. That's some nonsense that came from one of the other channels, and I don't report that on here. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I've said it a lot of times. I don't care what they say over there because they're full of it, and we know they're full of it. Dom, I agree that Destiny should live with Larry and Bethany. Brooke goes to college in New Orleans and be with Stevie, their family. I like that nature. Yep. Dom 10, Brooke is so smart-mouthed and ungrateful. Well, she's been around Bethany and her dad. I'm not blaming it all on Brooke. I refuse. Because Bethany and Larry are horrible role models. And all they do is bark at that girl. From how many years we've been watching this? Getting called nappy head, and it's just, you can't blame all of that on Brooke. She didn't just learn that. That's learned behavior. It's bad. But who does she act like? She acts just like Bethany. It didn't just grow out of her ears. Nonya, you remember Dark Shadows? I do too, Shirley. I used to love Dark Shadows. The first time I saw Barnabas, he scared me to death. Dave's name will be on the deed also. Who said that? Where'd you hear that at, Jen? No. When you gift something, you gift it away. Your name's not on it. His name will be on the mortgage. You know why I know gifting? Because I used to write programs for a divorce court. But that's what gifting is. You don't put your name on it. Her name will be on the deed. When they go to get money, they'll take out a mortgage against the house, against Amber's house, and he'll get his money get some of his money back. Didn't you hear him say Amber's name will be on the deed? He didn't say his name. Wayne used his money to humiliate women and destroy their happiness. He does. You remember Dark Shadows? I think I was like 8 or 9, watching with my mom. Well, I watched with my sisters and brothers. We liked Dark Shadows. It was good. It was so spooky back then. Yeah, we know the line. It was Sarah after Amber. And Angela. Nature says Angela, Wayne, and Aunt were trying to, towards the end, break Amber down. Yeah. So she served them that she could do better and found better. Wayne thought Amber would run back to him. That's right. And Aunt was angry and rejected. Exactly. I just wish they let Dee write Amber stories. They always close in Dee's lines. They're good at it, Dom. He closes his storylines fast. Hi Tyrane, how are you? Welcome in. Catching up on what y'all talking about. Angela A, I don't think the writers are downplaying it. It's just that Darren was so rah-rah against black women and her cheating and putting white women above us. That's exactly what he did. Mm-hmm. Hi, Tyrane. And Dom's, I'm getting hoarse. I'm sorry. You know what happened? Um, Jacqueline, welcome in. Hey, hey. How are you, Jacqueline? Dom 10 says, yeah, clickbait is envious and jealous over and obsessive over Amber. Magnolia, please don't let Dee write for Amber or Dave. Give Rone the pen. Also, they weren't married, and I think they realized we are tired of the women being beat down on what they do before marriage. And like Dee was over there telling Shardae today that she should be a baby mama for Rone. Shardae said, be a what? No. No. I'm glad Shardae said no. I mean, you can always get married and get a divorce after you have your baby. Shardae was like, Gina, no, are you crazy? They're funny. I like them. And then Angela's nature, I'm sorry. Angela, the party when Wayne saw Dave. That look she gave him at the end, like, ha, you thought I couldn't do it, Wayne. You and Aunt were waiting for me to stay on the ground. And I loved Ernestine laughing at them. Ernestine, you had to look at her to see. She was going, mm-hmm. She sure did. Now Wayne has the couple in limbo. Dom Magnolia, I mentioned D because his skits have closure. Yep. And Rone would be great to write for Amber. Please hit smash, tap, poke, or push the like button, light it up, and I thank you. King is coming for Tamara. I hope so, Alexis. I think they would make a great couple. She's not looking for money, and he's not looking for poom poom. Hi, a bountiful soul. How are you? Everyone, it's a shame how Brooke was used by the Wayne skit. They sent a message to all black females that a heartbreak outweighs their college career. I'm going to leave that one alone because we should be taught not to be having sex. And I mean, a lot of girls do anyway, but Brooke is just overly protected. She knows nothing. Brooke is as dumb as they come. I mean, she really is. Brooke knows nothing. If Brooke gets out there and Can't even cross the street right? I wouldn't be surprised. What did they teach Brooke other than how to be a smart aleck? Would our parents do that to us? Mine wouldn't. She's just like Bethany. And now they got a monster they created and they don't know how to handle it. People want to be mad at Brooke, and I get it. I don't like who Brooke turned into either. But where'd she get it from, guys? That's learned behavior. Brooke got it from Bethany and then Larry. That's where she got it. I don't think you learn how to manipulate people like that. Mm. Yolanda says to Hope, I just watched the skit with Brooke and Cam playing a game, and he was talking to her a little. I'm sure he's filling out a way to talk her into it. And maybe he is, because Cam's getting ready to go to school too. And I mean, she's a straight A student. But girls do get their hearts broken. Young women like that, especially like Brooke. Brooke's so doggone green. I don't even think Brooke can cross the street by herself, if I'm being honest. Please join Nonya Monday through Friday, 9:15 Pacific, 12:15 Eastern, 11:15 CST, to have tea with me, NonyasisChat. Also join Nonya Monday through Friday nights at 7, 10, and 9, 10 Eastern, 9 CST for the wind down. I know a few women, they're not like Brooke, but they were so sheltered. They didn't have the mouth or anything, but they have been so sheltered. One of them ended up being a drug addict, and she had never even smoked a cigarette, like in high school. She ended up on crack. And then another girl that I know ended up with a drug dealer and 2 children, and she lost everything. And she was green, and she fell in love. And I mean, it's like, I'd rather have the parents, not like Bethany, who goes to the pharmacy to get pills for you. I'd rather have a mom that just gave it to me straight. Just tell me, like, don't hide stuff from your kids. I know we're older. I mean, we don't, our kids are probably grown, but you got to talk to these kids and talk to them again. They're going to try to do what they're going to try to do. But she should have known, honestly, the one thing I do fault Brooke big time, big time, big time for is giving up her V card. Because she knew what she was doing. She thought that was going to keep that little no good boy. That's what she thought. Now that, Brooke owns that. That's her crap. And then she's laying in the bed talking about, come on. Brooke owns that. That mouth, that's all Bethany and Larry. But that crap with Isaiah, that belongs to Brooke. She wanted Brooke. She wanted Isaiah. And that's what she thought she needed to do to get the boy. Oh, I know another lady they found in the alley, messed up. And she was young. She was in her 20s. And she was green. And they get hooked up with the wrong people. But that's what Brooke thought she could do what she could do. Yeah, she needs to take her power back from Isaiah. Tell Isaiah to kiss where the sun don't shine. Mm-hmm. And then you know what? If she had kept laying in that bed, that girl would have got depressed. Like depressed for real. And do you think Larry and Bethany would have known she was really depressed? Or was she just being lazy? Would they have known depression if they saw it? Because if she had kept laying in that bed, she was going to be depressed for real. She needed to get up and leave. However, she left. She didn't steal the car. And I'm not taking up for her. I am blaming Bethany and Larry for her mouth and for sheltering that girl the way that they did, because they did a horrible job. But the part about Isaiah, that's all on Brooke. That's all on Brooke and Isaiah, and letting that hard-headed little boy talk her into doing something she didn't need to be doing, and she knew she didn't need to be doing it. That I put right smack on Brooke. Just say no. I don't want Wayne to see the house. He doesn't need to see it. Okay, little TT Smooth. I just want Wayne to eat his heart out. I want Wayne to eat his heart out. I hope my girl is not bloated and that she can have her baby with her king and be happy. Well, you know what, Dom? He told her, I'm still wondering, like, what did that mean? Remember when Dave told Amber he could give her anything she wanted, including a child? What did that mean? Like, did that mean baby? Did that mean a surrogate? Like, I know we don't know because we don't know what we don't know, right? But I wonder, what did that mean? And then, yes, let Wayne see Dave and Amber's house so he can swallow his pride looking like Barney Fife. And I mean, and that's kind of what I want too, Vanessa. As long as he can't get back over there or whatever. I mean, I just want Wayne to eat his heart out. I do. Because that house is bad. And I know, am I supposed to think that way? Probably not, but Wayne deserves it. Like, he deserves it. Am I being mean? But I want him to eat his heart out too. Where's Nancy? Nancy, what do you say? Nancy B, are you still here? I mean, I'm serious. I want Wayne to eat his heart out. I do. Messy Wayne keep throwing it in Amber's face that she doesn't have her own place. And that's why he's doing it. That's exactly why Dave's doing it. Remember that in the backyard with Anthony, Dave realized at that moment that Amber, even though she supposedly still has her condo, nobody told us she sold it. We just saw her a few months ago with Ernestine in the garage, and then Mike was in there one day. Anyway, he realized Amber has nowhere for her to call her own, except the condo, but they don't talk about it. So, but he realized that. And that's why he's doing it. He's going to get his money back. All they have to do is take a mortgage out. He could put his name on a mortgage. You don't need your deed as long as the deed owner signs for the house. I mean, signs on the mortgage. That's all you need. And Dave can be put on there also. Plus, he's rich. I mean, rich people get a lot of breaks we don't get. We just everyday people who work every day for the most part. And then Yolanda says Darren did great. His baby mama and all Black women had, and now he's got to swallow that cake he kept making. Messy Wayne keeps throwing it in her face. Yep. That's the reason I wanted him to see it. That, just to make him be quiet. Only want Ernestine to see the new house. I wonder who Ernestine's going to meet, though. And I wonder, and I even hate to say this, when Ernestine prayed for the Lord to send her a man, she kind of did it the same way Amber did, like with your entire spirit, but you just spoke that prayer. You just spoke that word. Amber got Dave. Like, he appeared, a godsend, right? Please don't send her Trey. Because Ernestine prayed for a man. I mean, she just said it to God. She's, Lord, send me somebody. Send me a man. When she knows Jeremy's gone, I guess, she wants a man. She's lonely. Trey ain't no good. We know that. He ain't no good. And he's going downhill fast. But I wonder who is Trinity coming back? Does Dave know Trinity maybe? Lil TT the same. All Wayne does is spread everyone's business. He knows everybody's business. Amber needs to keep her business with Dave to herself. Gwen, I think Cam will convince her to go to GSU with him. That's a good point. He told her, CP, she's an overachiever. That would be good, Yolanda. That would be good. Diamond says, did anyone catch this today? Shayla told Denisha that Aunt is just a phone call away. Yep, she had her phone. She said, just a phone call away. Then Denisha said, try it. What you gonna do, Denisha? Go call Wayne and cry? Jay. Michelle's hubby did find incriminating information on that flash drive. He's about to start blackmailing Ben. It's not that serious with Isaiah, but it's because Brooke's been so sheltered. Right, Tam? She's been so sheltered. And people are actually even really, like Bethany tried, but Bethany didn't do it quite right to try to tell her, stay away from the birds and the bees. Bees sting, right? She just goes and gets her pack of pills. No, you got to tell them, keep your legs closed. Don't be doing stuff you have no business. I mean, and you got to tell them more than one time. Don't be out there doing it. You can't tell a kid one time. And boys, I got 4 brothers. How many girls? Yeah, boy, we used to have so many girls come to our house. We'd make them leave. We'd be like, if you don't get them girls out, we telling on y'all. We had 4 brothers. We be telling. They be getting in trouble. Them heifers out of here, because they were fast. But those girls were experienced. So can you imagine if it was a Brooke? There was one girl that was so sheltered. All she did was babysit. She'd be coming over our house all the time. If you don't get away from here, we finally told her. Because she was trying to be seeing multiple guys. You don't get away from our house. I think Cameron likes Brooke. He's protective over her. When Hope and Faith found out, they will tell Isaiah. Cameron might argue regarding Brooke. I hope he does like her. And I hope it would be good maybe for her to stay and not go to Southern yet. Go to GSU. At least she'll know somebody. Can she live on campus at GSU? I would think so, right? I mean, it's Georgia State University, so she could live on campus there. All they have to do is transfer all of her financial assistance and meal ticket, all that stuff. Shayla was walking out, said walking out, Anthony wants her back. Hi, Ruth Scott. He might not, but if she start cleaning, he might. Anthony didn't know Darren was moving some of his money. Ruth, that's what I thought too. And then people kept telling me that Anthony knew Darren was moving money. I never saw a skit of that. And they said it was at Wayne's house and they were talking about it. But I didn't pick that up either, that him and Ben were actually giving money to Darren. And I kept thinking I must have missed it. So I'm curious, did he invest any money with Darren? And if they've got that thumb drive, they know where all the money, he knows where all the money is. He knows where the money is. And he does have the thumb drive because he took it out and he put it on the table for Michelle to see it. Lesa was going to take all his black money. Mm-hmm. Wayne is annoying. He has to. Hi, Claretta. Clarette, how are you? Good evening. Lesa should have filed for a divorce quick, and he never would have been able to sell that house and buy his mama house. She thought she was going to be able to get him back. That's what she thought. Both of them basically deserve each other. They both had ulterior motives. Both of them did. Darren better hope that he didn't have any skeletons that Lesa finds out about. That's true. I often wondered that. Has he ever went out on her? Wouldn't Lesa lose out in this case, since she had the affair? All those recent purchases, including the Bentley, they don't have a prenup. I mean, she might lose, but there's no prenup. So it won't. It probably, I'll say probably, I don't know. Not a lawyer, right? But she'll lose, yeah. But there's no prenup, so she can sue for however much. And then when she tells that she gave up her career, she was raising, for the most part, both kids, doing all of his like admin work to help him with his business. And she has her Pilates studio. She'll walk away with something. Nothing like what Amber would walk away with, but she would. Because Amber didn't cheat until he got all them women and babies. And Marion, ooh, I didn't catch that. That might have been that same skit where Shayla said all she has to do is call him. It was the same skit, Diamond. Because I was listening to Shayla because I wanted to hear her tell that F off. That girl, that woman, that Denisha broad. I don't like Denisha. You moving in somebody else's house. You're crazy. Darren Cornball deserves his karmic debts. He's paying Amber back for disrespecting her and talking down about her because he didn't like black women anymore because his DJ's mother cheated. So now he don't like any black women. And I hope you guys remember the conversation about Amber asking and Tamara asking about, what about your mom? Don't you like your mom? What did your mom do? Don't you eat soul food? And he's acting, all bougie, like he's too good for all that. And even Amber tried to warn her that Mike is not going to leave his black queens for a YT girl. Amber tried to warn Lesa, and Lesa thought Amber was just being hateful. But there are black men who don't want to date YT people. They don't. I mean, and I know this is, hi artists, welcome in. I know this is the South and it's different, but California is like that too. There are people who don't want to date outside of their races. And then we have people who do, and they don't care who knows it. So I guess it just depends on who the person or persons are. On Dom 10, that would be a good skit if Amber were to bump into Darren and find out about him and Lesa. I think my pillow is getting soft. I have a soft chair, but I'm too short. So I have to put a pillow. Alice is on Dave's IG page. A lot. Who's Alice? They showed Wayne at Alex at Alex's house on Dave's IG page. Alex was advertising his house, hot photo shoot, the commercial, etc. That's cool to know, Marion. And he must have said it was okay to cook in his house because I bet he had some clause that said he can't cook in his house. And a lot of those people don't cook in the house. The Dalton house, they've been cooking in there. But a lot of people, you don't see them cooking. You see Shardae cooking, the lady at J Divas. But tell me what made those oxtails orange. Was it turmeric that she put in the oxtails? Dave was drinking smoothies. Remember, he served Amber a smoothie. Yeah, when he first met her. You're right. Smoothie and fruits. Yep, you're right. Good call, nature. Melissa was cooking or making sure Dave ate. You think Melissa knew how to cook? Really? Maybe. Maybe. I won't take it away from her. I don't know. I had to post a picture of Wayne eating off paper plates. You posted it, Hemi girl, because people didn't believe you, did they? You people didn't even believe you, because Wayne is always eating off paper plates. Only time I really saw him eat off a plate was when he was dating Amber, and she would cook for him because she always take the dishes to go wash them. Remember that? And then Nature says, Jen, maybe Melissa or who Dave could have been dating at the time, that realtor T. It could have been the realtor. And poor thing, she just hung around too long. Sometimes you need to make yourself unavailable if you really like somebody. But if that person believes in God, I don't think it's a good thing to say, there you go with that God thing again. Would you do that? If you know somebody was that spiritual, would you ever say, there you go with that God thing again? Mm-mm. Please hit the like button. It looks like we have 84 people, and we probably only have 40 people that hit the like button. Hit the like button. Can we get to 100 people? I mean, it's not that hard. You just hit the like button with one of your thumbs or with your forefinger. Doesn't cost you anything. You can hit it for free. And Stephanie is not feeling good today, and that's why she's not here. I meant to tell you that earlier. She really doesn't feel good. She has a cold, and you can hear it. Diamond, I caught that too. Didn't Denisha also say she was about to get Shayla? That'd be a good fight. They're not gonna fight in there though. I just like Shayla giving her a run for her money. That's all I care about. Plus, little Kai doesn't even have a room in that house. That's pathetic on Anthony's side. And Denisha always says she cares about her child. She doesn't even say she cares about her, even though we know she does. But she always says, I care about my son. I do it for my son. So Shayla's little boy, Anthony's so-called firstborn, she doesn't care that he doesn't have a room. How cold can you get? That girl is as cold as Anthony, if not colder. Gwen Denisha did say she was going to get her. They're going back and forth at the office. It will have Anthony pulling up soon. I'd like to see Anthony say something to Shayla. What are you going to do? Say, I'm not going to give you any money. Next thing you know, Angelina's going to be knocking on that door. Anthony knows it. They're not letting Anthony off the string. Remember when Amber said in the kitchen to Anthony, Shayla said she was going to get a sucker to take care of her for the rest of her life. She was talking about Shayla. And Anthony is weak. You think he's going to get away from Shayla? As long as he thinks that's his baby? Dom says, why y'all mad at Brooke alone? I'm not. She didn't create her entitlement. She learned the behavior from Bethany and her dad. I'm not. And that's what I've been trying to say. But people want to be mad at Brooke, but no. The Isaiah part, yeah. Brooke definitely owns the Isaiah part, but not the parenting. She learned that from them. Dave said he used to DoorDash and Uber Eats. I kind of figured he probably did. He couldn't understand how Buddy didn't appreciate Amber cooking for him. Amber was shocked and didn't have anyone cooking for him. This was in Charlotte. That's right, Magnolia. Thanks, Magnolia, on the Charlotte trip. I hope they don't show up. I don't want Charity to come. But you know what? What would happen if Charity and Evelyn came? And they had to, I'm not saying they're having a party at their new house, but what if, boy, the whole roof would blow off the sucker, wouldn't it? They would have a fit. I mean, he doesn't have to tell them that he's gifting it to Amber, but it'll probably be at DJ Alex's house anyway. Don't remind Brooke. Just put some positive people in her life and guide her. Give Larry and Bethany a divorce and remove Bethany from Brooke's life. And step up Shara. And Dom 10 says Tamrock, he would need to be seen drunk and Amber see him while he begged her for forgiveness. The party is at a restaurant. Amber says she had to change the reservation. That's right, she did say that. I wonder where they're going, because I can't see them going to Amber's restaurant. It's not like fancy enough, right? And plus, Wayne wants some vegan food, so you're right, Magnolia. Marion says, I don't think they're coming to the dinner. Not the dinner tomorrow, but they're coming the day after. I don't know when it is unless Charity called Nia and got the details. Brooke is sleeping in the guest room. Vanessa says, true, Magnolia. That is what Dave said when they were in Charlotte. You're right. He said he could get used to this when Amber cooked breakfast. Yeah, Cam offered her the guest room. EP93, hello. I wouldn't take her back. She said she'll do it again. Who? Lesa? Who do you mean? She'd do it again? Gwen put up my schedule there for you guys. Who would do something again? Please watch NonyasisChat's long and short videos so I can get monetized September 1st. I'm applying. Every 5 minutes counts. If you turn it on mute, then it won't count because they'll think you're a bot. You could just turn it to low volume if you're like vacuuming, or even if you leave your house or something, you can just play a video. That would be cool. And I would appreciate it very much because this stuff is expensive. It's more expensive than I thought it would be. I didn't think about like the software and like space that you have to buy, and you have to buy it from Google, and it's a lot. And then my phone, so I bought a transfer drive to switch it to, and it's not that easy because you would think we can just send the files over there, but it needs the index files and all kinds of stuff, so it's not like super easy. I'd have to spend like money on it, and push comes to shove, it's not like, I mean, I love doing what I do, I do, but it's a lot. But I am going to manifest it. I only know how to pray. So if that's including manifesting, that's what I'm going to be doing. I just watched the skit with Brooke and Cam. Even though she's a brat, I'm glad that God has a ram in the bushes for her. You can't be out here all by yourself. Right, Tamrock? That girl, somebody done got a hold of her, and we never see Brooke again. Little TT Smooth says, Minister Yolanda, you mean Destiny will unalive Bethany? Destiny is a real OG. Destiny is tough. Destiny did not come to play. But she could learn a few things from Destiny's and her crowd. And I don't think Destiny's going to be hanging out with the gang. She's got her own friends, though. But she would learn something from Destiny. Our Minister Yolanda, Destiny might be a different person without Brooke there because they tend to urge each other in terms of Bethany. Destiny didn't want to go home. Brooke could have gone to a nearby college. Exactly. She chose Southern, but when they went to look at it, they were sold basically by Bianca and the fact that it's a HBCU. And she could have went to Georgia State. I prefer Destiny a million times over. Yes, she received this behavior from Big Bertha, but still, she always feels entitled and ungrateful. I'm sorry. That's my opinion, and I don't care for her. Okay. And Minister Yolanda, let's see. Tamrock, Wayne's messiness is not funny or entertaining to me. He acts like a high school girl, always in folks' business and starting stuff. New skit. Cameron tells Brooke he was never gonna let Isaiah get away with cheating on her. Maybe Cam does like her. I just watched it, Gwen. Cam likes Brooke. Sounds like it, huh? Maybe she'll go to GSU. Jen, I believe that Cam likes Brooke too. Wayne says she drops 400 skits a month, but only produces about 40 of those. Who, Bethany or you mean Bethany? Who's that about, Marion? Who are you talking about, my dear? Oh, he drops 400 skits a month. Heck, he just dropped 50 in one day. Goodness. One day we have 50 skits. Please hit the like button if you're just watching. If you're inside the bushes, we're going to cut out shortly. But if you, yeah, Brian Steele. Oh, Young Thug's lawyer. Oh, okay. Because he said the name, and I'm like, I know that's somebody, but I couldn't put it together. Thanks, Clarette. It's Brian Steele, Young Thug's lawyer. Okay, got it. Stevie's so cute, and she's so little. And a big mouth and wisdom to go with it. Shara's been want to be in Brooke's life more, but Larry wouldn't allow Brooke to live with Shara because Bethany made a big deal about it. Why Brooke didn't go stay with her mom. Yeah, Bethany got that. When they have that stepmother problem, like the stepmother and the baby mamas are more important than the real mothers, that irks my spirit to no end. I wish some stepmom would tell me, well, I'm the stepmom. I'm glad I don't have any of those. Yep, Denisha did that the other day after Aunt told her about the birthday party for $20,000. She didn't stay. She got up and she walked away from him. Bet you he didn't get any cookies that night. Yep, PRE loves Anthony. She needs to get over it. It's been 20 years. Move on, PRE. And Tamrock says, little TT. Yep, but Brooke could have chosen who she wanted to live with. Well, that's in the state of Georgia. I'm not going to touch that one. I mean, well, she's over 13. Beth and Larry made her feel guilty, wanting to be closer with Shara and live with her. And that's why we keep saying Bethany and Larry have had a tremendous amount of influence on that little girl. Because when we met Brooke, she was what, 10 or 12? And we saw it. We saw it taking hold of Brooke. We saw it. Nadia catches Jay on the phone with Bree. Good. Little TT Smooth, exactly. Destiny will send Bethany to the judgments. Yolanda. To the judgment seat of Christ. Bethany won't allow Destiny to stay there anyway. No, she wants Larry to herself. That's why she needs those doggone divorce papers. It's time for Bethany to go. Go live with her parents and drive them nuts. You guys let her become that entitled. You and Larry, the parents and Larry, you guys let that lady spin out of control. Now, Brooke is out of control. Now, all y'all sitting there looking dumb. And the parents don't even want much to do with Bethany. Shayla gets turned up quick. She shows humor like Angelina toward others when she gets upset too. Mother like daughter. Yep, she taught her. I thought Brooke was really looking forward to going to college until she was Diamond. But when a young girl like Brooke, who knows nothing, she just these young girls, they don't know what to do because they've never had anything snatched from them or they got cheated on. He might have been cheating with that other girl all this time and Brooke didn't know it. All he wanted to do was crack her eggs. That's all he wanted. And he wanted to keep on doing it. Even after the pregnancy scare, he didn't care. He ain't got to carry a baby. She does. And what would he do? Same thing his dad did to his mom. She raised that boy. I still think why it is Anthony won't put Shayla on child support. I still don't know, Gwen, other than the fact that he might be afraid to get a blood test for Kai. That's the only thing I can think of. We know Anthony's slow, but if Amber can figure out Kai's date of birth, why can't Anthony? Anthony knows when the party was. He knows when Kai's birthday is. He knows Kai would have been a preemie baby if it had even happened on the day that she claimed it happened. Maybe he doesn't want to know. Remember, he says he doesn't lose. So he'd look like Boo Boo the Fool if it turned out that Kai's not his kid. Right? Mm-hmm. Denisha could have dated Anthony without moving into that house. Exactly, Tamrock. As a mother, it would not be a good idea to expose Kai to all the drama early on. And then Kai, he's a sweetheart, but even sweethearts pick up bad habits. If he knows his mother is shacking with a rich man, what's to say he might not find a problem with it? Yeah, I don't want my son shacking with anybody, a grown man, but I'm not going to tell him, don't be shack. Well, yes, I would. Me, I'd say don't be shacking with some girl. I would. His dad would too. But I mean, you can't make them. Brooke made those plans herself and dropped them all because of Isaiah. I would have taken her August 10th. Well, you could take her to school, but don't mean she's going to school. And I think people forget that. All Brooke would have did was got expelled from school because Brooke wouldn't have went to class. You can't make her go to class. You can barely come on campus. But you're going to make her go to school. You're going to take her, drop her off, and make her go. Good luck with that. Because that ain't going to happen. If that girl is determined not to go to school, she would have been laying in her bed in her dorm room until she flunked. And then they would put her on probation. And then, if she still didn't go to class, she would get expelled. And she would have the biggest problem getting into another university. She could get into a JC, but she wouldn't be able to easily get into a JC. Amber made biscuits. Dom, you're entitled to your opinion. I just want us to remember she was raised this way. Larry finally admitted it Saturday that they spoiled her and didn't allow her real life experiences. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to really touch that. But yeah, thank you, Yolanda. Because people have their opinions and I want people to have their opinions. And that's what this is about. So if we know a skit, let's share the skit, right? I love me some Shardae. Nancy B, that's Duchess's boyfriend, and he's creepy. He is creepy. He is creepy, and I think he might try to touch that girl. I want to see Amber and Dave coordinate their attire tomorrow. D loves Shardae's cooking. Rome better watch out. D gonna be done stole her, but I need D to go over there and get Erica. Please don't let Erica marry that man, and then she'll be stuck over there for a while before anybody can save her. Because he's doing a mind craft game on her brain. Piari is still in love with Anthony. She wanted Anthony from Jump Street. After they made love while she was in college, Piari never told Anthony she had feelings for him. And I think that's why Piari drinks. I think she lied. I mean, she probably had a problem with her father because she was pregnant. But that's not why she drinks. And she's not drinking because, like she told Rone, she had a boyfriend. And they used to get along better when they drank together. I think it's because she got pregnant, she started drinking. Michelle and her husband are going to be doing too much now. They need to go on about their business, leave folks alone. I agree. And Nature says Brooke better go home and let Larry drive her to NOLA to be close to Stevie. Stevie will help her forget all about Isaiah. Okay. Maybe Destiny needs to move to NOLA also. The only problem that I see is that Stevie is 10? And Stevie's mother runs the streets. Her grandmother is locked up in the pen for life. So who's actually watching Stevie? That's the only question I would have. Who else does Stevie live with? Right? I mean, we saw her mom, and Dee was licking the bowl. Isaiah is the next one who needs to be slapped for real. He needs the fool slapped out of him, little TT Smooth. Yes, he does. Hopefully Brooke finds her way, whether she goes to college or not, finds a new plan for herself that she feels good about. And that's what I'm hoping that, maybe he'll shake her up and she'll go to GSU. Or she'll go to Junco. Is Junco? Or she can go to cosmetology school or something. They treat women horrible. Darren and Anthony. Let's see. Dave and Amber made me smile today. Every time I got tired or something, Diamond, I went and looked at them. Tamrock. Okay, I'll just leave that comment up there and you guys can read it, okay? I'll just leave that up there. I'm going to go ahead and read some more comments. Shayla can't fight. Plus, she's just mad she's not in that house. That's true. Tamrock, she's pissed. I don't want her to be in the house. I just wanted to give Denisha hell. I don't want her in that house. Nope. I don't want Denisha in that house. Both of them need to get out. Let Anthony have to sell it. That'd make me happy. Because they're not going to make me forget those 3 years that girl went through all that hell. They are not going to make me forget. You go back and look at those black and whites, when it was happening. That stuff will bring tears to your eyes. I don't know how we made it through. I know I got high blood pressure from it, but how did we even make it through that drama? When she wanted to unalive herself and all that and lost her baby and then lost David and just on and on and on. Like, wow. 63 likes, 81 watching. Can we get 7 more people to hit the like button, please? That would be nice of you. Please watch NonyasisChat. Please watch the short videos are they're super short. They're like 10 minutes. And I don't put a whole lot of detail or anything, so it's not going to work your brain. It won't tax you. The lives, I put the lives on and go to sleep, but you can only have 1 per household if you have 1 ISP, I think. Isn't that the way it works, Gwen? So, but any help you can give me, that would be great. Because I just don't even know how many hours I have. They don't tell me. They did, but this time they didn't tell me. The hospitality room is open for people in the bushes. Come out of the bushes, everybody. Come on out. Just hit the like button. It won't cost you nothing. You just hit it for free. Thanks, Gwen. Okay, Diamond, let's see. Now Denisha has to deal with Aunt hanging out at Shayla's house. Oops. He hardly ever picks Kai up and leaves right away. He loves to linger. He still lingers. He lingered today. Y'all think Shayla gonna go after Anthony? You think she's gonna go back after Anthony? Since she couldn't get Amon to come home with her, when Anthony won't go for child support because he has to disclose his income. Okay, he doesn't want to give up more money than he has to. That's why he really needs to think with the divorce. I mean, she's going to get what she's going to get. It's not like they're going to actually give her 50% of all his money. He's going to get penalized for hiding money. He's going to get penalized for having that woman in that house. And those are stiff penalties. He's going to get penalized for Kai. He's going to get penalized for the Shayla affair. Because the other one, we don't know what Brittany did to it, but knowing Brittany, she didn't just deep six it. You know what I mean? She could have put it in some kind of abeyance status, knowing Brittany, because Brittany was smart and she knew Amber. That would be an ultimate eye-opening for Wayne to see all of his exes with good men doing well and don't fall for any of the smooth talk. Wayne next woman, Evelyn. That's what I say too, Evelyn. Mariah did say she and Isaiah had been together a minute. Oh, wow, she did. Wayne and Dave going to do business with vegan restaurants, right? I want to see them turn the McDonald's type into a restaurant. That's going to be interesting. Hide and go free. I don't remember playing that when I was growing up. Me either. Oh, that was curry oxtail. Is that good? Curry oxtail? Is that like curry beef? I don't know. I don't like curry, so I used to when it first hit the States. I used to like it, 1,000 years ago, but now I don't like curry anymore. I hate so much curry chicken. Oh my God, you know how you eat it too much? I won't eat it now. Them not oxtails. When the last time you saw an axe? 1 in 1 people. When the last time you saw an ox? That's funny. Okay. Nancy says, I think Evelyn and Wayne. Wait a minute. You know what? That's a good point. Do we have oxen somewhere? I guess we have oxen somewhere. Nancy, I think Evelyn and Wayne will hook up too. They're both vegan and Wayne loves those light brights. Yep, Tamrock. As soon as I saw Evelyn and as soon as I saw that guy with that vegan restaurant and Wayne had just been complaining about no vegan food, I was like, there we go right there. Yep. The problem is Tyrone Brooke did make those plans. The problem is they never sat down and talked about her plans and her goals and her boyfriends. And at that age, boys don't be trying to talk about that kind of stuff, right? Boys be trying to hit what they can hit. Just me and my husband in car club. Pretty much us too, Nancy. We don't have a car club, but we do. My husband has a Harley shop. So we still have the set. But we don't hang out on the set anymore or anything. But yeah, my daughter just shops a lot. Little TT Smooth says, Wayne still has feelings for Tamara. He is just using her to get under Tamara's skin. Yeah, I agree. He doesn't give Lauren no money. Wayne is sick. I think he still likes Tamara. Kind of like the way he used to like Amber. And he still go talk to other women, but still liked Amber. But yeah. And I'm wondering, is that what he's going to do with Tamara? And that's why I hope somebody comes along and snatches her up like King. Somebody that's filthy rich. That seems he's a cool dude. He really seems like it. He's not trying to get anything from her. And she's not trying to take anybody's money. They'd be great together. Dave and Cameron are friends. Yeah, Cameron. There's the friend whose wife set up the roses for Amber after LA. Oh, so it wasn't Alex's. Because Alex doesn't have a wife. Yeah, got it, Magnolia. Thank you. We can't stand Wayne. Nope. Amber and Dave was funny this morning. It was so cute. I'm going to watch it before I go to sleep tonight. It is almost 10 o'clock, so you guys, 11 more minutes, and you want to call it a day? You want to call it after that? Please hit the like button if you didn't hit the like button already. Please, please, please. Thank you. Keisha and Darren are going to get back together, probably. Because she call her what you want. And Darren, you know what she's saying. When she talking that smack, he knows exactly what she's saying. And she's funny. He knows exactly what she's saying. Don't try to be Ivy League now, because you know what that sister is saying to you. So don't try to play. Facts. Lil TT Smooth says facts. He doesn't give Lauren no money, but he keep putting money into Mara's pocket. He might give her back her $30,000. Who knows? At the end of the day, I've determined that the person writing the skits with children are not parents, and they think it's funny for kids to be disrespectful. That's why I can't get as mad at Brooke. I don't get as mad as Brooke because her parents need to own the majority of that garbage. Brooke knows she was doing wrong, but some of that stuff she does naturally, like just spinning it, It like comes easy because she's been around that doggone woman so long, and her dad. Darren's son Keisha was a comedian in real life. She's funny. The paperwork he gave to Natasha was supposed to be the lease for the apartment from Mike. He said he paid Mike all the $4,000 to get the lease, even though Mike can't sublease his apartment. Oh, he can't sublease the condo. Oh, got it. Yeah, because, okay. Okay, got it. Got it. I watched Rolanda's skit. You was right. You saw it, Nancy? She's got a few of them out there, but she don't have nothing nice to say, right? I mean, she didn't give detail, but it didn't sound good on whatever was going on with Rolanda. She's got, I think I watched 3 of them, and I went, whoa. But her movie, Toxic, what was it, Toxic Anthology or Toxic something? Her movie is super good. I mean, and I was shocked to see Rolanda in that role. I was like, wow. And she could act. Yes, Dave and Amber, all day, every day. We love them together. Yes, we do. Okay, you guys ready to cut out? On Diamond Hide and Freak, I'm guessing is the same thing as Hide and Go Get It. Yep. We all did it. I ain't kiss nobody. I ain't like boys. I didn't like nobody. I was too mean. Wasn't kissing me. Yeah. Rolanda on Facebook. She has a lot to say. Hi, Chris. She has a lot to say without giving the specifics. And it wasn't all cakes and roses and strawberries and chocolate. Anthony's numbers, not good. They better fix it. And I think that's, hi, Tamrock. God, that was way down there, that far down. They need to do something, and maybe that's why they keep putting Shayla in there to help the numbers grow with her nonsense. You know what I mean? Not the regular old raggedy Shayla we know, but maybe they're trying to make the Shayla skits help Anthony's numbers. And don't put Amber back with Anthony just to have your numbers go back up. Tamrock, exactly. Michelle and her husband end up in jail. I hope so. Hey, Tamrock. And then Mary F. Exactly. Michelle needs to find another job and move on. You were let go. Get over it. I agree, Tamrock. Mm-hmm. Just move on and learn how to keep your mouth shut. Little TT Smooth, he isn't that funny. I mean, he had me so hot last week, I didn't even think I could do skits or the reviews. And those are the little short videos we do. This one just happens to be a long chat that I do every day. And I do it twice. Otherwise, I would have to do like 4 skits a day. And with Wayne writing this stuff, no way, girl. Last week was a nightmare. The numbers were not good today. I loved Amber Dave's skits today. Nonya, I watched it a few times myself. I'm going to watch it before I go to sleep. It was so cute. I love seeing them together. I sense that Dave knows something went on with Wayne and Amber. He probably does. But she did tell him she was doing something and she kept doing it over and over and over. But she didn't tell him with who and exactly what it was. But he figured that part out. You could tell he knew she cheated. Michelle and her husband, they're going to end up in jail. They're going to scare the heck out of Anthony, making him think he has lost all his money. And that would be poetic justice for Amber. He was never funny. We saw him around the corner from our old house at Comedy Club. Jordan was funnier to me. It just looked like, Wayne might have been tired or something. I don't know. I hope Darren goes back to his baby mama. She's pretty. Wayne needs karma. He does. Wayne as a comedian or the skits never been funny to me. Tamrock, that was funny. They have good chemistry, Darren and Lakeisha. And he actually cracked a smile listening to her. Like, how you get refamiliarized with somebody. And Minister Yolanda says, Tamrock, yeah, I didn't understand why Michelle's husband felt he was in the right to confront Ben for firing her. He's a bully, huh? He's like, now he's telling him, if I tell you to go up on the 30th floor, you're going to do it. All this nonsense. I mean, she violated a company trust repeatedly. She did. Danielle saved her job twice. Tamrock says the audience was cheering Mike on for sleeping with a married woman. Yeah, I saw that. That was pathetic. And Dave is getting so much hate because they know that Dave is good looking. Dave was at that house at DJ Alex's beautiful home. And the skit with him and Amber when they first met probably set their butts on fire. And then Carla says, Dom, you are right. The Wayne character is a D-list comedian, not funny. You guys, I can't be reading that stuff, okay? I gotta not read that part because I don't want to be talking about Wayne, the real person. I just want to be careful. I don't want to get myself in the hot water or anything. You can type it though, okay? Brooke is playing video games with Cam, but they're not lying in bed together. He's ordering them food. Oh, well, she better figure out what she's going to do tomorrow. Y'all don't think the realtor will be there tomorrow when Dave gifts Amber the house? We don't know if he's going to gift it to her tomorrow, but, it'll be it is tomorrow. But he said that Amber said, do you have somebody to let us in, right? And didn't Dave handle all the paperwork? We don't know, Bree. Because we haven't heard anything until today. We haven't heard anything. He just told her, the realtor, what he was going to do, that he was going to pay cash and he's going to gift it. But we don't know, what he's been doing for 2 weeks. Lauren is a fool. She ain't got a quarter. How is child support? How is a child supposed to know what respect is when they never taught it or given it? Bree, I hope the realtor is not there when Dave shows Amber their house. I have to look again and listen. Is she supposed to be there or not? Because Amber asked if she could get in and he said, yeah. So I don't know what that meant. Is she going to leave him the code to get in the house? She's probably going to be there. She's probably going to be there just so she can be nosy and see who he's buying that house for. Okay, everybody, we're going to cut out, okay? It is time to go. Little TT Smooth, only why I didn't want to go back to college, because my male best friend was old. Well, that's enough to make you not want to go, TT. I'm not going to read it. I'll put it on the screen. Shardae said no real quick. She said, should be seeing her as a wife first. She sure did. I was in Shayla's side with Kai being taken out of the state too. Yeah, she's not my favorite, Tamrock. I can't stand her. But I was happy she went and got her baby. And I did put a little TT Smooth's comment on the screen up here where my face is about why she didn't go back to college. And that is something that will stop you. D has baby mamas, so it's nothing. Yeah. Rone is trying to find a way to keep Shardae locked in because he knows Shardae is very headstrong. And he has a daughter that he doesn't get to see now. Keisha B says Brooke doesn't know anything, but she thinks she knows everything. She doesn't listen to anyone. Lesa stirs for Mike is so annoying. Girl, Mike never wanted to be with you. Okay. And I am going to cut out because this is all about Brooke, and I think we've talked about Brooke enough. I think we've pretty much talked about all of that. The cooking skits have been cracking you up. Justin can't cook. Okay. I'm not a fan of Shayla. I'm not a fan of Denisha, but Shayla is starting with her. I think Denisha has hands, though. I think Denisha need to get her butt out of Amber's house. That's what she need to do. Because if it was anybody else, any other black woman, she would have got dragged out of that house. And Wayne sitting there making it look like it's just a common thing to do just irked my spirit. We don't do that. And we ain't going to let you get away with doing that. What is Wayne thinking? I mean, what kind of party you think this is? I wish you would try to bring somebody up in our house. Nope. Please hit the like button if you guys didn't hit the like button yet. I mean, I know it's a skit, but he could have did a little bit better on how he did that. Because how you just going to wake up with the girl in the bed and she going to sit on the couch and look at you like, do I have to leave? And you're going to say no. And your wife is right there. Really? But I'm glad Amber was ready to move on. Because she could have went off and went to jail. My other phone died. Okay, Nancy. Well, we're getting ready to cut out anyway. Oh, yes, I remember Nonya lately. She has been showing a little something. Okay. I think Dave was listening the day when Anthony went to Dave's house. Yeah. And Amber said, this is Dave's house. And he's in her marital home. So he picked up on that. Neither one of those are her houses. Runaway Trey. Wayne is so thirsty for views and likes. He's made his way over to Amber and Dave's skits. Yeah. That's the only where he's going to get them right now. So we're going to cut out, everybody, okay? Yeah, I agree, Angela. She better not let her put a black maid outfit on and get to dusting and wiping. I just want Wayne to see Amber's new house. Me too, Hemi girl. And see that she's not homeless. I want him to brag to Anthony and let Anthony think there's a way he's going to get that house. It ain't going to happen. Anyway, I hope it's Trinity. Me too, Hemi girl. I hope it's Trinity that she sees because she liked Trinity. She liked Trinity. She liked her some white chocolate. Okay, let's cut out or everybody, okay? Because it's 10:04 here, so I know it's 1 o'clock there, right? Let's go, let's go. Oh, did Brooke go to Southern in real life? Is that where she went? I don't know. I don't know where she went in real life. Anthony knows Darren hid the money being introduced. I know I know. I'm just wondering, was he able to access Anthony's money? Did he give him the codes or did he tell him where to put his money? That's the only thing I was asking. Lesa will get 20%. Is that what you're saying? Agreed. The audience is getting tired of Wayne always winning. Yeah. I'm still unpacking. Nancy B still unpacking. And Hemi girl, did you get everything unpacked? Good policy. Nonya, focus on your own content. Thank you. I will. I am. I don't mess around over there looking at them other people. That's why when I say I don't want, I can't listen to that because I know it's garbage. You guys got to remember, I worked over for them other people for a long time, a couple of years. I know what they're doing, and I ain't with it. Anyway, let's go. Yep. Darren will apologize to Amber if he sees her again. Turmeric, yeah. Shardae cooks, yeah, Shardae cooks like regular folks. She cooks like us. She cooks a lot like, like regular people. Yeah, Natasha's hair looks good. But you know what? I think that I think Natasha got her face done. I think she got it slimmed. Because it looks really, really tight now. Mm-hmm. When they were in $20,000 for a 2-year anniversary. We thought 15 was bad for one. Anyway, I'm going to cut out. And if you didn't hit the like button, if you still can, please do. I'm going to go because I've got some stuff to get done. And it's 10 o'clock here, and I know it's a lot later where you are. And a lot of you have work tomorrow. So thank you for coming in. I love you and I thank you. I truly, truly do. And thank you for talking to me tonight. Sometimes I need to get it out of my system about these blasted skits. Yeah, Brooke is a product of her own environment, just like Destiny was. Remember Destiny when she first came? Oh yeah, Evelyn is so jealous of Amber, she don't know what to do. And Darren does need to stop drinking. Yeah, he does. Manifesting. So pray about it. I need to pray about it. That's something about Duchess's boyfriend I'm not feeling. I think if he could touch Destiny, he would. All right, everybody, let's call it a night. Thank you for everything. Moderators, thank you. Chat family, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Good to see you guys that I didn't see last night. Last night? Yeah, last night. Because I did come on live. No, I came on live Saturday. But anyway, thank you. I'll talk to you later. And if you can hit the like button if you're still here, please do. I'd appreciate it. And if you run the replay, appreciate that also. Thank you so much. Okay, Nancy, get some rest and make sure you take care of your back. Okay? All right. Good night. Good night, Gwen.